Welcome to Wisdom in Life. There's one thing 99% of men don't do, women absolutely love it. I know that might sound extreme, but let me ask you, how often have you seen a guy who seems to have everything looks money confidence, yet he still struggles to create real lasting connections with women? Here's the truth. It's not about looks. It's not about wealth. And it's no Devonable confidence. What most men overlook are subtle yet powerful gestures that trigger something deep inside a woman, making you not only attractive, but unforgettable. Today I'm revealing 7 hidden secrets things women crave buturalid met. These aren't your typical dating tips. These are psychological triggers backed by both modern science and Dancian Stoic wisdom that will completely shift the way women perceive you without you ever needing to chase or prove yourself. Imagine being able to tap into subconscious desires that most women don't even realize they have a mind standing out from 99% of men not by trying harder but by understanding Bert cause if you don't know thesis. You're playing at a disadvantage. You might be missing out on building second of attraction that lingers long after you've left the room. So stick around because the final secret is the most powerful of them all. Once you understand it, you'll never look at attraction. It's the same way again before we dive in. If you're serious about mastering these life-changing insights, a second to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you'll never miss what's coming next. Let's get into it. Secret number 1. The power off touch before intimacy picture. This you're on a date. The vibe good. The conversation's flowing. Shizzle long smiling. It all seems to be going well, but something feels off. You drop her off. Send a follow-up text. Anon. Nothing. Silence. What went wrong? Most men make one critical mistake. Veerily too much on words. They think as smooth conversation is enough to spark attraction, but for women, connection is not just verbal. It's emotional and physical. And one of the most overlooked ways to build that emotional bridge talk. Not in a pushy or uncomfortably, not in a way that crosses boundaries, but in a subtle, intentional, and meaningful way. One simple gesture that creates emotional depth. Something women secretly crave. A gentle massage before an intimacy. Sounds basic, right? But here's why it's powerful for women. True. Intimacy isn't just a both physical act. It's about feeling safe, seen, and emotionally connected. And that starts with how you touch her, not just one. It tells her I'm not here to take, I'm here to connect. That's rare. And women notice that emotional connection. Overlooked power of intentional tonum connection is just as important, if not more important, than physical attraction. Well-placed non-sexual touch can communicate far more than words. Ever called it quietly says, I see you. I care about you. I want you to feel safe and comfortable with me. And here's thy thing. It's not about being some kind off-miss therapist or trying to impress her with technique. It's about being present. It's about creating amament where she feels relaxed, understood, and genuinely desired, not just physical, emotionalized secret. It's not just about the act touching her. It's about the intention bend. If you're just going through motions, checking a box, it won't work. But if you're truly present, fully engaged, and actually paying attention to she responds, she will feel it. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man's hold." BB1, don't overthink it, make it weird. Just be in female and let your actions speak for themselves. Here's the harsh truth. Most men never take the time to understand this. And that's exactly why they stay stuck in the 99% struggling with emotional intimacy. But the men who dog at this, they build deep lasting connections that women never forget. A world of instant gratification and surface level attention. This kind of thoughtful presence is rare, but once you master it, you become part of the 1%. The men who understand what women truly desire on a deeper, more meaningful level. Secret number 2, the art of flirting with confidence and respect. Let's move on to the next secret. Flirting, but not the kind you're used to. Most men get flirting wrong. They either treat too hard, coming off as pushy or desperate, or they hold back too much, afraid to make a move or say the wrong thing is the truth. Women love flirting when it's done right. That means with confidence, subtlety, and above all, respect. A man who knows how to flirt effortlessly stands out. He creates an energy that feels exciting, but never press red fling isn't about overthought compliments or cheesy pickup lines. It's about being playful, light, and genuine along of it like a dance. You lead, she follows, but neither of you should feel forced into the rhythm. One of the best ways to flirt teasing in a light-hearted, non-offensive way. For example, if she says she's obsessed with a certain food, you might say that's the best you've got. Clearly, you've never had my cooking. It's a subtle challenge, playful, fun. It keeps the conversation alive and creates a spark of friendly competence. Here's the key. Good flirting does invalidation moment. You try too hard to impress her. You lose your edge. Women naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin. Men who cong, joke around, tease, and have fun without needing approval. This is where Stoic philosophy comes in Negan. A high-value man doesn't flirt. Towing a woman over flirts because he's present, grounded, and simply enjoying the moment. Flirting from presence, not perform on Saya. High-value man flirts because he enjoys the interaction itself. Net because he's trying to get a reaction stays emotionally grounded. Never disport for her response beyond word sits. Your eye contact, body language, and subtle cues that speak volumes. A confident smirk, a slow intentional nod, a well-timed pause. These things often say more than any pickup line ever could be. Real attraction is not built on words. Alone, it's built through presence, energy, and self-assured confidence. So yourself. Are you flirting to impress her? Or are you flirting because you're really enjoying the moment when you'll master this mindset? You'll start to see attraction shift naturally in your favorite secret. Number 3. Why touching her hair at the right moment create a test connection for secret number 3. Something most men completely overlook: the subtle art of touching her hair when done at right moment. This small seeming line insignificant gesture can spark a powerful emotional connection, but if wrong, it can feel awkward for it even intrusive. So what's the difference? It all comes down to why this work. Scalp is one. The most sensitive areas of the body, filled with nerve endings that trigger deep emotional and sensory response as agenal. Touch on her hair when timed correctly can send a clear message. ECO, I'm present with you. I'm tuned into her energy. It's not about the act touching. It's about the message behind it. But there's where most guys mess this up. They rush it. They do it mechanically or worse. They do it when there's no emotional connection in place. Touching her hair isn't something you do casual. You're absent-mindedly. It's about creating a mint of close and spectre. This you're sitting next to her mid-con conversations, laughs, looks down. A strand of hair falls across her face. You reach up gently, confidently, and brush it aside. Single act done with presence and intention can say more than words ever cowled. But remember, timing is everything. This isn't a move you try on a first encounter. It only works when they're so ready. Comfort, warmth, and chemistry in there if she leans in. If her ice linger just a little longer, if Shez mails in a way that invites closeness, that's when you'll know the moment is frightened. If the moment isn't there, don't force it. This is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. Emotional intelligence and restaurants. Stoicism teaches us to observe without rushing in, to remain in control of 4 elves, rather than being controlled by impulse or desire. You don't touch her hair just because you want to. You do it when it feels right, when it deepens that connection, not when it satisfies a crane's. So next time you're with a woman, and the biz real, don't underestimate the of a simple touch done with thin. It can say everything's secret number for the subtle power of a hand in her back. This own might seem small, the most insignificant at first, but it speaks volumes. A confident, intentional hand on her lower back as you guide her. Throw a crowd or walk together in public is one of the most subtle yet powerful gestures a man can make. Bios, it communicates leadership and finance and a sense of protection, all without saying a word. And yet 99% of men either overlook this entirely or hesitate, unsure if it's okay to do others. What most don't realize, women didn't need grand performative displays off masculinity to feel secure. What they respond to most are the subtle instinctual signals, the quiet ways you show that you're grounded, present, and capable of letting you place your hand on her back. Not forcefully, but calmly, and with quiet confidence. You're signaling something deeper. I'm aware, I'm in control. I've got you. It's not about dominance. It's not about control, it's about presence. Brothers, where many men go wrong, they hesitate, overthink it, or do it in a way that feels stiff and unnatural. Key is to make it feel effortless, brief, and intentional. Picture this. You're walking side by side toward a restaurant. As you step ahead, to open the door, your hand gently rests on her lower back. Just for a moment, that single touch speaks more than words ever cowed. It tells her she's with a man who moves with purpose, a man who leads not by trying to impress, but by simply being present from a Stoic perspective, thus directly into the core values of self-mastery. An emotional presence. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. 1. A Stoic man doesn't ask for permission to lead. He simply lives in a way that makes others feel safe in his presence. And when you can embody that, without words, without force, you be co-magnetic in a world full of men who are either too timid or too aggressive. Mastering this one simple move sets you apart at number 5, being her protector. The smallest waistlets but clear being a protector doesn't mean in trying to rescue a woman or act like her personal bodyguard. Women today are strong, capable, and independent. They don't need saving, but here's the secret. They still crave the presence of a man who makes them feel safe. Not in some over-the-top dramatic way, but through small, consistent actions that quietly say, I've got you. It's in the way we'll position yourself between here and the street. When walking the way, you notice her body language and adjust according live, way you stay aware of your surroundings. Not paranoid, but kamloops. These aren't loud gestures. They're subtle. They're grounded in awareness. Know to go, and that's exactly why. They work. Bang, a protector isn't. It's about trying to hero. It's about showing up with strength without the need to show off from a stoic lens. This is emotional discipline in action. It's about responsibility without recognition, leaders, without needing applause, and when a woman feels this level off grounded, support without you having to say a word, she remembers it, she trusts it, and that trust becomes the foundation for deeper emotional connection. Secret number 4. The subtle power of a hand on her back. This one might seem almost insignificant at first, but it speaks volumes. A confident, intentional hand on her lower back. A Sue guide her through a crowd or walk together in public is one of the most yet powerful gestures a man can make. Why? Because it communicates his lover's confidence and a sense of protection, all without saying a word, and at 99% of men either overlook this entirely or hesitate. Unsure if it's okay though, but here's what most don't realize: women don't need grand performativities of masculinity to feel secure. What they respond to most are the subtle instinctual signals, the quiet ways. You show that you're grounded, present, and capable of leading when you place your hand on her back, not forcefully but with quiet confidence. Yuri is signaling something deeper. I'm where I'm in control. I've got you. It's not about dominance. It's not about control. It's about presence. But here's where many men go wrong. They hesitate, overthink it, or do it in a way that feels stiff and unnatural. Key is to make it feel effortless, brief, and intentional. Picture this. You're walking side by side toward a restaurant. As you step ahead to open the door, your hand gently rests on her lower back just for a moment. That single touch speaks more than words ever could. It tells her she's with a man who moves with purpose, a man who leads not by trying to impress, but by simply being present from a stoic perspective. This directly into the core values of self-mastery and emotional presence. As Marcus Aurelius famously said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. 1. A stoic man doesn't ask for permission to lead. He simply lives in a way that makes others feel safe in his presence. And when you can embody that, without words, without force, you become a magnetic in a world full of men who are either too timid or too aggressive. Master this one simple move sets you apart. Secret number 5. Being her protector in the smallest ways. Let's be clear. Being a protector doesn't mean trying to rescue a woman or act like her personal bodyguard. Women today are strong, capable, and independent. They don't need saving. But here's the secret. They still crave a presence of a man who makes them feel safe. Not in some over-top dramatic way, but through small, consistent actions that quietly say, I've got you. It's in the way we'll position yourself between her and the street when walking. The way you notice her body language and adjust according live way you stay aware of your surroundings. Not paranoid, but kamloops. These aren't loud gestures. They're subtle. They're grounded in awareness. Not to go, and that's exactly why they work. Bang. A protector isn't. It's about trying to hero. It's about showing up with strength without the need to show off from a stoic lens. This is emotional discipline in action. It's about responsibility without recognition. Leaders without needing applause. And when a woman feels this level of off-grounded support, without you having to say a word, she remembers it. She trusts it. And that trust becomes the foundation for deeper emotional connection. Section on the power of subtle psychological trigs. Notice what this does. It gently plants a seed in her mind. It suggests that you feel at ease around her. Thatch has a place in your thoughts, Evan, your dreams. There's an unspoken connection, a quiet intimacy that doesn't need to be explained. Women are deeply intuitive, emotionally driven. They've redrawn to the idea of being thought-authty a way that feels natural, not staged or performative, saying, I had a dream about you. Powerful because dreams aren't something you control. They come from the subconscious, which makes the moment feel sensual and intriguing. It's not a scripted compliment. It's organic, and that makes her wonder, why was I in his dream? That question alone sparks curiosity and opens the door to emotional connection. This taps into something fundamental in Female up psychology, mystery, and emotional depth. The woman wants to feel special, but not in an obvious generic way. This approach makes her feel important with it. Pressure or expectation. Oh, connect this to Stoicism. Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He creates space for curiosity to grow. Held calmly without forcing anything, a brief, honest comment can shift her entire perspective. It's quiet strength in action, attractive, grounded, and deliberate. So, next time you're in a conversation with a woman, remember it's a subtle trigger. Don't overuse it. Don't fake it. But when themament feels right, watch how she leans in and starts to see eye in a whole new light section to sepal pull of owl-groomed beard. Let's talk about secret number 7. Phallant power of owl-groomed beard. You might think facial hair is just a style of choice, but psychology says otherwise. A well-maintained beard does more than change your appearance. It shifts how women perceive you on a primal level. Studies show that bearded men are often seen as stronger, more mature, and more protective. These traits trigger deep evolutionary instincts tied to survival and safety. In ancient times, warriors and leaders wore beards as symbols of strength, wisdom, and resilience. Those associations chant disappeared. They've evolved. A beard still communally suffers. Masculinity and confidence. But there's the catch. It's not just about being a beard. It's about maintaining. A wild, unkempt beard can signal neglect. A clean, intentional beard tells a diaper story. I take care of myself. I'm disciplined. I'm in control. This mirrors Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius said the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In the way, your outward appearance reflects your inner discipline. A beard isn't just hair. It's a symbol of patience, composure, and self-mastery. And don't forget the visual advantage. Well-shaped beard frames the face, senses jawlines, and sharpens expressions. Creates contrast and draws attention in all the right ways. In short, a beard and right doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you're perceived. It sends a message without you having to say a word, amplifying attraction. The subtle power of presence, something distinct about a well-maintained beard. It natural alliance attraction by giving off a sense of rugged masculinity balance said with quiet ambition. It's that blend of strength and purpose that many women find irresistibly compelling. Now, does that mean you need a beard to be attractive? Not at all. But if you're capable of growing one, it can be a powerful tool in your arsenal. And if you already have facial hair, proper grooming stand just about style. That amplifies how you're perceived, especially by women's final thoughts. Applying these secrets with quiet confidence. At this point, you've unlocked 7 overlooked secrets. Small but powerful shifts that change how women see youths aren't flashy tricks, or owner stare. Subtle psychological triggers that create emotional depth, trust, and intrigue without ever seeming like you are trying too hard. Let's quickly recap. The power of touch before intimacy creates an emotional connection that most men ignore. Flirting with respect confidence, not desperation. Eking her hair at the right moment builds subconscious chemistry. A hand on her back in public signals. Quiet leadership and makes her feel secure. Being her protector in small moments triggers. A deep, often unspoken sense of safety mentioning a dream about her creates emotional curiosity that lingers in her mind. A well-groomed beard taps into primal attraction, strength, stability, and maturity. Oh, how do you bring all of this into their world? The key is presence. Don't force it. Don't checklist it. Attraction comes from self-awareness, not overthinking. Let these behaviors emerge and naturally pay attention to moments when walking beside her. Let your hand lightly glide her back. If she's comfortable, aptly full touch on her hair can ignite mystery. If the conversation has depth, casually, mention a dream that included her. The less effort it seems to take, the more powerful the effect becomes. And here's the deeper truth. These aren't just secrets to attract women. They're habits that make you a better man. Confidence, present self-mastery qualities don't just improve your dating life. They elevate every area of pure existence. This is where Stoics becomes the real gamer. The Stoic man doesn't chase. He doesn't seek validation he walks with purpose. He's grounded in values. His presence speaks louder than words. True attraction isn't about gimmicks. It's about how you carry yourself moment by moment. So the choice is yours.